So for my sine and cosine graphs. Okay, so your sine and cosine graphs are trig graphs. There's other ones, but we're not going to worry about those right now. So how many degrees are in a circle? 360. Good. They'll go around. So if it takes a circle, or a circle is 360 degrees, for a sine and a cosine graph to do its thing, which is called a period or a cycle, it takes 360 degrees for it to happen. Okay? So how I remember it is I think that a sine graph kind of looks like an N, although not really, and a cosine looks like a U. All right? So a sine graph is going to look like this. So this is 1, this is -1. So this is going to be 90 degrees. See, they made it around 180 degrees. Okay. 270 degrees. He didn't even bring me anything. Thanks, Calvin. 360 degrees. Okay? So that's what I'm going to use to graph this sine function. For what we're doing right now, we're only going to worry about one period of it. Okay? So for your sine graph, it's going to start at 0, 0, and it's going to end at 360. Because if you take a circle and you like unroll it, you end up with a sine graph or a cosine graph. Okay? There's 3 other points that I need. I need the middle point at 180, and then I need the middle of the middles. 90, 270. That's it. That's all I gotta do. Yep. So you got 5 dots you gotta put on there. So for what we're doing right now, the start of that sine graph, or the domain of that sine graph, is 0 to 360. Why did I use brackets?
Because you only use parentheses if it's infinity.
We use parentheses if it's infinity or if I have open points. Okay? My range, where's the bottom of that graph?
270.
-1. What's the top?
1.
1. Okay. -1 to 1. Okay. So for your sine graph, this is like the parent function of your sine graph. Like we had the parent function of a quadratic, parent function of a line, parent function of a cube, all that stuff. This is the parent function of our sine graph. Okay. Cosine looks a lot like a sine graph. So I'm going to draw pretty much the same thing, except it's going to move a little bit. Just a little. So what letter did I say a cosine looked like? A U. Okay. I know this one doesn't really look like an N, but I guess it sort of does. Okay. All right, so my cosine looks like a U. So in order for it to look like a U, it's got to start at somewhere different. So your cosine graph is going to start up at 0, 1. Okay, it's going to start up here. Where's it going to end? 360. It's going to end over here at 360 and 1. We're going to make it look like a U. There's the bottom of my U. In the middle. 90, 270. So there's my cosine graph. Okay. The domain and range are the same as they were for sine. So I've got 0 to 360. And I've got -1 to 1. Okay? Does that make sense so far? Like where my numbers came from and all that. Circle is 360. So these are 2. You can roll a circle and this is what you get.